Good afternoon from Palmerton, Pennsylvania in Carbon County. Today is Saturday, May 17th, 2025, and we are on an old piece of railroad bed that was just brought to my attention from my friend Zion. He was out here last week and discovered that the Lehigh and New England had a little spur off their main line at Lehigh Gap. It was known as the Lehigh Gap Palmerton spur. And this is the point where it junctioned with the Chestnut Ridge Railroad, and that's what this spur was for. It was for interchange with the Chestnut Ridge and the Lehigh and New England. Had no idea that this actually ran down into Palmerton, that the Lehigh New England ran into Palmerton. I haven't been able to find exactly what they were interchanging with the Chestnut Ridge. I know the Chestnut Ridge at one point, its eastern terminus was, if I'm not mistaken, at a brick factory, and they manufactured a specific kind of brick, a white brick, because of the clay that they were using. So it's possible that that's what the interchange was about, or random goods, possibly zinc operation stuff, because we are in Palmerton by the zinc plants in Palmerton that are actually still active. So it could have all been zinc related too. But I started that you actually can park at the Appalachian Trailhead in Lehigh Gap, and then you can follow an actual trail for a little while, and then you kind of got to go off trail to stay with the old railroad bed, where you can walk it all the way down in here to where this merge point is, or where this interchange point was. So what we're going to do is we're going to work our way back to Lehigh Gap, to where their main line that was built in 1912 to get into Tamaqua, that's where it crossed the Lehigh Gap at that huge bridge across over the Lehigh River. Anyone who's a Lehigh New England fan knows about the Lehigh Gap Bridge. But we're going to walk this old spur bed in sections, of course. It would be about a 35-minute video of me walking and not having a whole lot to say, because I don't know much of the history of the line. So I'll spare you that. But again, this is old bed right here, old Lehigh New England rail bed, and we're going to work our way back towards Lehigh Gap. You can see we've got spoils of the railroad already. Old telegraph pole, that's pretty cool. Would have been sweet to get an insulator off of this one. We had a lot of rain over the past week, so some of the bed is now very swampy. There's some areas that are kind of hard to traverse, but I believe that part of this is known as the Winter Trail. It's up in Lehigh Gap, but I don't think the entire Winter Trail comes all the way down into the zinc property here. But I don't know. There's no trespassing signs or posted signs anywhere on the trail that I was walking. So I stuck to that, figured I'm good to go. So off in the distance, I'll zoom in real quick. That's the Lehigh Gap, that's where we're heading to. And this is a steady climb, because it's a relatively high grade at the gap where the bridge is, and it had to come down around the side of the mountain down into Palmerton here. So that's a pretty good grade for a railroad. So this is where it gets a little swampy, here real quick, and then I think I'll wrap up this. I guess we'll do this in parts if you all are okay with that. I wanted to try to pull some dates off of these rails. They look really old. But they have cars stored on them, so they're still holding weight. But I think this is all Lehigh, New England, and my buddy Zion agreed. We think this is all Lehigh, New England rail, not, you know, manufactured by Lehigh, New England, but laid by the Lehigh, New England. That's part of their switching operations down here with the Chestnut Ridge. All right, so I have to circumvent some stuff real quick, and we will pick up in a little bit. See you in part 2.